The Anti-Federalists don't want to be allied with Britain, which would lead to terrible things like running out of supplies during times of war and not being able to trade with Britain. They are cowards. They fear Britain and its power rather than using it to their advantage.
Thomas Jefferson once said, "I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies." Do you really want the new leaders of our country to prefer having soldiers living among us, encroaching on our lives, rather than having cheap and easy trade?
The Anti-Federalists want the states to fund their own debts. The old-fashioned Anti-Federalists wish to continue using agriculture as the main source of revenue. This, however, could create serious issues since the instability of weather could cause crop production to decrease, which dramatically reduces the overall income. Lastly, the Anti-Federalists believe that the Alien and Sedition Acts are terrible laws and need to be redacted. This would pose a great threat to our nation because the states could claim that any law they didn't like was unconstitutional, that they didn't need to follow it.
The Federalists want peace with Britain, as Hamilton explains in his letter to Washington. The cutting off of intercourse with Britain deprives us of a supply necessary to us in peace and more necessary to us if we were to go to war. It gives a sudden and violent blow to our revenue, which cannot easily be repaired.
The Federalists, however, want a national bank in order to help our country trade easily and cheaply.
We Federalists would make sure that the government would help the states fund their debts rather than force them to take the difficult task upon themselves.
The Federalists would never let you go bankrupt. As Hamilton said, agricultural societies are doomed to backwardness. Manufacturing will give inventors outlets for their genius and create jobs for the idle, including women and children.
The Federalist Party focuses on the unity of our nation, which is why we believe in the Alien and Sedition Acts and a loose interpretation of the Constitution. Keeping these laws in place will make sure that individual states will not be tempted to only follow laws that they want to follow.